right, we are here to talk about the RDL, the Romanian deadlift. It's like a deadlift, but it's not. Anyway, so talk about how we're gonna set this up, a couple common cues, and then a couple common errors everyone seems to make the first couple times they try this, okay? So, getting started. Guess what we're gonna do with our upper body? We're gonna pull our shoulders down and back. We're gonna flex our lats. We're gonna get that upper body tightness so we're tight across the core and our trunk, right? Or front of our abs, side of our abs, back of our abs, lower back, whatever you wanna call it. You know, flex the hell out of everything, right? You wanna keep from your waist up, it needs to be solid as a rock. Don't let it droop. Don't let it get all nice and flabby. Solid, okay? So, you're holding on to the bar, you're pulling your shoulders down and back, you're flexing as hard as you can. Sweet. What do you do with your feet? Your feet are gonna go a little bit. I like hips, maybe a little bit wider than hips, but you wanna keep it pretty tight. I'm not a big fan of really wide RDLs. They get kind of wonky, okay? So, a little bit outside the hips, shoulders down and back, and the core is nice and tight. You're gonna breathe into your diaphragm, core breath, however you wanna call it. Big breath in, brace and flex. And then as you come back, you have soft knees, right? This is where it gets tricky. With the soft knees, you're gonna push your hips as far back as they go, and then you're gonna hinge. So you push your butt back, 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 back. You're gonna hinge at the hips, right? Pushing your butt back. It's gonna engage your glutes, it's gonna engage your hamstrings, and it's gonna keep everything nice and tight to the backside of your body, okay? So I take the bar about as low as my hamstrings would go, which is about my knee. I don't get too far past my knee. I'm not that mobile of a person. If you are, you might need to go a little bit lower. You might need to stay on the block. But for the non-flexible people, about the knee is a good place to start, okay? So, you get to the knee. You go down nice and slow. You feel the hamstrings, you feel the glutes down nice and stretched out. You get down to about the knee. You're gonna push through your heel, and then you're gonna squeeze your butt forward to stand up. This is where things get tricky. You wanna have your lower body pushing your glutes forward, but you want to pull your upper body up. That's something you have to work on. It's going to take some practice and coordinating the two together, but it's going to be worthwhile in the end, okay? Couple common mistakes here now. When you're getting down there, a lot of times if you're really inflexible or if you're just getting started, getting down to your knees might be a little hard. You might want to give a little bit of extra range of motion with your upper back. Right? When you're going down, you might feel your upper back just kind of give this way and round out. Don't do it. Keep your shoulder blades down and back. Keep your core nice and tight. If you get to mid-thigh and your hamstrings say stop, sweet. Stop there. Feel the intensity through your hamstrings and your glutes. Squeeze up. Work on your mobility and try to get that a little bit lower, but don't sacrifice that back tightness, that lat tightness to go lower. Second thing is, when you're going down, you might want to look at your form. You might want to see what's going on around you. Don't do it. When you go down and all of a sudden your neck goes, all right, look like a Pez dispenser going down. It's going to crank your neck. It's going to kill your traps. It's going to not be a good time. Keep your neck in a neutral spot, okay? So when you're going down, you're going to want your neck to be pushed back. Get all fat neck like you're looking yourself in the selfie. You come down, and as you come down, you're gonna keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, okay? Really important there. Lastly, on the way down, it's really easy to not hinge. Hinging is a little bit of a tricky thing. When you're going down, you wanna push your butt back, you wanna bend at the hips, okay? Bending at the hips, not in squatting down, right? You don't wanna deadlift. We're not deadlifting here. We're not gonna try to get leg drive to help push us up, okay? So as you're going down, you're driving your hips back, you're bending over at the waist to hinge, and then you squeeze your butt up. What we don't wanna do is on the way down, start squatting. You're gonna feel it in your quads, you're gonna feel your knees bend a lot. It's not what we're trying to achieve here, okay? Hamstrings and glutes, which means you gotta keep your knees on a little bit of a less bent side, okay? Keep it a little more bent. Don't lock your legs out. This is not a straight leg deadlift. This is still an RDL. You have soft knees, but keep it tight and keep your hips high with your core engaged and let your glutes do the majority of the work, okay? Now keep it safe. Practice a lot with these. Start with some dumbbells, work your way up, or start with the empty bar. This is not something you want to race on. Keep it nice and tight, keep it nice and slow. Use your hamstrings on the way down, glutes on the way up, okay? Slow everything down with your hamstrings, squeeze everything up with the glutes. Work on that and it will help you go way farther with your squat and your deadlift once you get this down, okay?